Hey, it's been a long time. How you doing, everybody? Two Joe Panda back in action. I'm going to be recording some announcements tonight. So, it's been a long time. I understand. Listen, I've been under a lot of strain lately working this new job, but also because I have a diminishing timetable to really work on my own projects. I have a lot in the pipeline, all right? And I know that's kind of hard for some of you to believe, but considering that you're out of the house for at least 8 to 10 hours, depending on traffic, and working the job, and then coming home, I have about 4 to 5 hours, which might sound like a lot to you all, but it really isn't when you come down to it. Um, Factoring in, obviously, like doing some chores, cooking your meals, little things of that nature. Quickly, like, your time gets, like, eaten up pretty fast, and, one thing to worry about is the fact that when I'm working on a project, I want it to come out perfectly, obviously, and most people do. But there's a difference between just like doodling and like figuring something out to actually making some impactful change or like developments on whatever you're working on. In my case, recently it's been video editing. I've been trying my hand at making movies with VRChat, and you might be like, well, Tujo, how are you making movies with VRChat? Well, I'll tell you. So basically, I would ask my friends or random ass people, like, hey, you want to be in a movie with me? I got a scene in mind, and I'm going to tell you what to do. Your role is this, this, and this. See where it goes. And basically, we improv pretty much everything. And some of you might be like, well, this sounds like a train wreck waiting to happen. And you would be half right. So I think for improv scenes, it's like a throwback to the 1970s style of movie making, where it's just like, hey, I got this weird ass idea. Let's put it in mind and see how it happens. And some of the scenes, I gotta say, are pretty damn good. At least for improv, anyway. And like other scenes are like just barely passable. Like they're cringe-worthy as hell. And I feel like I've been centering an inordinate amount of my time like focusing on that and trying to improve it. Basically, I got a lot of video footage to edit, all right? I've been recording a lot of video footage from VRChat from like basically various little skits or stunts that I would pull to also like all scenes dedicated to the action movie itself. If you want to know, it's basically about a like street gang leader that decides to defy Putin because Putin's like extorting him for money, and he ends up defeating the Moscow police, but he does not defeat the Russian Red Army. More on that later. I might actually make like a joke, whatchamacallit, like trailer for it, just to show people what I've been working on. I gotta hand it to my friends on VRChat, they really put up with a lot of crap from me, just basically asking them, hey, can we do this again? Hey, can we do that again? So their tolerance for my incessant requests at recording some video footage has been most appreciated. As for you all, obviously, you don't want to see me make movies through VRChat. You want to see me do, like, furry-related stuff. And, obviously, not many people seem to be interested in Major Minor for some reason. Personally, I think I'm going to restart over. Like, Major Minor, I like, but it's not an Amorous, okay? It's not an Amorous. It's not an I Promise. It's not a Great Troubles. It is, well, what it is. And I think Clace outdid himself, but at the same time, it could have been a hell of a lot better. I say that without making something of my own. So, yeah, given that most of you probably want some furry-related content, I'm definitely going to buckle down on that. Also, I'm considering a suggestion that one of you posted, basically stating that we should make a Discord channel dedicated towards this channel and, various fans and subscribers that want to be a part of that. I think maybe 5 of you are actually going to show up, and maybe 2 of you are actually going to say something. So, to that end, maybe I should just, like, co-opt one of my existing servers until we expand a little bit. Because, it's going to be, like, kind of hectic keeping track of everybody. Potentially speaking. We don't actually know what this is going to do. And, the notion could actually, like, fall apart. I don't... I'm pretty small right now. 246 subscribers. I mean, that's pretty good for somebody that doesn't know what he's doing and is just doing this as a hobby. But, I really appreciate the interest in that regard. Tonight, it is Saturday. Let's look at the date here. It is the 28th of April. I guess I'm going to be working on Great Troubles tonight because people want to see Great Troubles and then possibly a little Amorous before I jump on VRChat to record some movie footage. But yeah, I have a lot of video editing to do, and I don't have a lot of time to work with, because I gotta do other stuff too. Biggest Little FurCon is up in 2 weeks, or I should say like more like towards the end of this week, going into next week, and then after that will be the week of, Biggest Little FurCon, which is out in Reno. One of the saving graces from starting this new job is that they allowed me to, take some time off pretty quickly and, get my like vacation out of the way so I can really put my nose to the grindstone and work my life away. On the side, I've actually been trying to study up on various things like learning Korean and some JavaScript programming, as well as like being able to actually make 3D models myself, which would be very great, but as we all talked about, very time consuming, especially if I'm going to use something like Blender as opposed to Cinema 4 or something like that. So I have a lot of ambitious like desires, but not a whole lot of time to work with. On top of that, I'm also an artist. I might post some of my artwork for you all to look at. I'm sure you've all noticed in prior like works that I've actually posted my pictures for just basically filler so that you guys can actually look at something as opposed to just hearing me like talk about things. So for comics, I might actually try to get some friends of mine to be voice actors and possibly make an interactive. Well, it wouldn't be interactive, but it would like there'd be sound to the comic and pan and zoom like effects like added in. So I guess like a visual webcomic sort of thing. That's just an idea. We'll see what time permits. But right now, I also really need to make a decent gaming computer. I got a 980 GTX for about $200 from a friend and a free case that I found off the street. Probably going to strip it of its power supply, so I don't have to worry about something short circuiting. And a 4 terabyte hard drive for the base. So, I need something virtual reality capable. I just got virtual reality, like an Oculus Rift headset, as a celebration for getting a new job. So, but the Asus laptop that I'm currently running it off of is not powerful enough for that. Surprise, surprise. So we're going to get something a little bit better for all of my, hobby working needs, entertainment system. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just wanted to say something to you all before I get back to work on, recording like footage of things and trying to post things, because obviously people are waiting for like a very particular thing and trying to keep this channel as diverse as possible. So much in the pipeline, not enough time to like meet all of what I'm trying to do here. And I really appreciate the patience that you all have for dealing with me. So, we'll see where things go. And hopefully next week I'll have enough sleep and enough time in my busy